G'day guys, Paul VK2 Lima, Quebec. And some of you might have caught the last video on the 3-in-1 antenna that we were working on. This is the 3D print here. Um, as that come out, I didn't really like it once I seen it printed, so this has been scrapped. I decided not to proceed with this design, but I sat down and completely redesigned the antenna system. So let me show you. So here it is here in Tinkercad. I think this is a much better design. It took me a little bit just to work out how to do the hexagonal shape, but I got that all sorted out, got it nice and symmetrical. It's actually come out quite well. So here's your V-Dipole, your vertical here. You got your dipole or delta loop, your SO239. This will be your mounting position. Mounting position here, SO239 for your vertical. You got the V here, and as explained in version 1, if you like, that we've done away with, um, your wires will come off the SO239. Braid to this side or this side, either way, doesn't matter. Braid here, hot end or inner conductor to here. The vertical, your hot or stinger or inner conductor, if you like, will go here. The braid will terminate here to your ground spike or your ground stake, or you'll be able to add a counterpoise here. So what I probably will do is maybe I won't do it now. But we could just reshape this here. We could just stretch it out. We could sit that there. Just make sure it's centered on that drawing there. That's probably a little bit too narrow. We'll just stretch it out just a little bit and we'll just recenter it. Maybe not as deep. You see, maybe not as deep. This will give you the option to run a counterpoise east or west. And actually what we might do is we might just undo that. We'll just copy that. What I want to do, we'll just rotate that. Whoops, we don't want to do that. Oh, we didn't want to do that. Let me just pull that copy off over there. I just wanted to copy this fella here. Just copy that, and we'll just rotate this 90 degrees. And we'll just we'll do this here while we're doing the video, and you'll see what I want to do, what the purpose of this will be in a minute. So we'll just secure that. So now with the earth here on the ground spike, you could put 4 lugs on here if you like with counterpoises, which will when you screw your ground spike in, I'll show you that in a minute. You'll be able to have your lug sticking out here. You'll have a set of counterpoises here if you like, a set out here, a set out here, and a set out here. Now, obviously, if you're familiar with how especially verticals work, you can actually get some directivity on a vertical antenna. And if you want to go north, let's say, well, you put the counterpoise wire behind it in a south southerly direction, and a single counterpoise will then give you some direction on a vertical. And if you experiment with that, you'll see you'll get more people to the north than off the sides to an extent, and less behind. And then if you were to reverse it, put the counterpoise to the east, you would shoot west, and so on and so on. Where this way, if you put four counterpoises around, you're going to get equally as good reception in all directions. So, so that'll help there. Now, so that's it. This looks a much better unit um, than the first one that was done. I can assure you. And let me show you that now. We'll just switch over, and here it is printed. So this is prototype. Well, this is version 2, but now we've got a version 2-1 when I just added those crosses in here. So when you put your lugs will sit out the side here with your counterpoise wires going out either in one direction, two directions, or four directions if you like. So we've got some stainless steel nuts mounted in here, and I'm not sure, they're a hex nut, but they're extended. They're probably about 30 mil, maybe 40 mil long, about 30 mil, I think. There, so we've got a M10 in here. I haven't got the M10 lugs or eyelets, so I've got to pick up some tomorrow. As you can see, I've already got the wires mounted here. I've got an eyelet soldered in, and we've got the center conductors both soldered in here. So these ones are spread, so I'll use these. So how it will work is you'll have one attached there, one attached there, and then on your vertical, you'll have the center conductor here and your ground or your braid attached here. And then you'll screw your ground spike in here. Your coax will just screw onto these end connectors. And this will give you the option to run 20 through 6. Now I do need to test it because when you're running when you're running dipoles um, on a V configuration, it does change uh, uh, the magnetic field of the antennas. So you may need a little bit extra length, as I found with the other setup I done on 45 degrees. I needed both at 5.6 meters to tune in 1-to-1 on 20. So I can't see any different here. So these are M10 threads. So you're 2.4 or your 5.6 meter verticals. Telescopic whips will screw into this location. Now, I slept and thought about this all night, and the reason why I went this way is this will now let you cover, in theory, I've still got to prove it yet, this will let you cover from 80 through to probably 2 meters and 70 centimeters just by adjusting the width. I can see as well how we're going to cover that. How are we going to be able to go from 80 and do 40 and do the rest? Well, obviously, as you know, with from 20 down, you'll just need to use the whips. But the benefit of doing these is we can now take these antenna coils that are used on the Pac 12 and the JPC7. These now screw on, and the markings here is 20 meters and 40 meters, but this depends on the whip you're using. So this is based off a 2.4 or 2.5 meter whip that comes in the JPC7 or the Pac 12. One's a dipole and one's a vertical. So with the 5.6 meter whips, your inductions will be different. It won't be set out as what these are. You'll need to tune that, and you'll adjust that by just simply sliding that up and down. But now we can put two coils on here and give you the option to hopefully get 40. So that's the theory behind it. We do need to put it into practice. So tomorrow we'll go and get some M10 eyelets, and we'll put these, finish this off. I just had to order some new hot end nozzles, some nozzles for me printers. I got a K1 Max and a N3 version 3 Plus, and believe it or not, tonight both of the both of the nozzles failed on both machines. I don't know whether that was just due to the cold snap we had, but they're both clogged and I can't unclog them. So I've got some off Amazon. They'll be here between 4 and 8 in the morning. So I'll finish printing the cover. I did have a test cover here that fitted quite well, but I wasn't happy with the way it came off. It was just a quick test print. So that fits nicely on here. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. And if you wanted to run your vertical, well, the same thing. If you wanted to do a 40-meter vertical, these are about $30 or $40 to buy these off AliExpress along with your whips. So that's your vertical blunder there. But we'll leave that in for humour. So that'll just screw on there, like so. You'll attach your whip on here. That'll just screw straight on, and then you'll just adjust your SWR, and your thing will come down here, and your pole with this is an M10 thread as well. You can ground spike it, and don't forget, we'll be now on the new version 2 dash 2, if you like. You just see me insert these points here, so we can have your counterpoise. So if you got them on an eyelet, like a M10, probably 6 mil, depending on how many you run, or a M10 4 mil eyelet, if you're going to run one, or a group, 3 or 4 out of each one, your lugs should sit in here nicely, and then just point east, northeast, west and south. So there's just a quick update. This is a new one. I think it looks 100%. It's a 100% improvement on the previous one. The other one looked great as I done it, but I think this one takes the cake. Just a little bit of forward thinking instead of on the spot thinking, and I think that looks quite good. Now, once we do some testing, we'll find out. We may need to increase the size, but I don't think so. Looking at, I think it's an A hex. It might be Chameleon or someone doing it. I can't remember. I should have had a look. Um, Doing a commercial version, but this is, if you like, we'll say the poor man's version of that antenna. So it's 3-in-1, and I think it's, well, in theory, it'll work quite well. But the benefit of it is, just add a couple of coils and you can do 80. So these come in an 80-meter coil now on AliExpress. It's about twice the size. Or if you go back about 2 or 3 years on my YouTube channel, you'll see where I used either the V-Dipole or it was the Pack 7, 2 coils, and you just these could depress the lever and spin it so it doesn't make contact. Then you just use one uh, for the inductance and adjust one, and you can stack 2 of these in and get 80 meters as well on a 5.6 meter whip. And from memory, I think I was using a military grade folding whip uh, when I done that video. But check it out. It's some of there. I might even find a link to it. And you'll see 2 or 3 years ago I tested that and showed that you can stack 2 of these and get 80 meters off a whip. All right, guys, just a quick update, but let us know which one you preferred, version 1 or version 2, and now version 2.1 if you like. 73s all take care and stay tuned for the next video. We hope to get out tomorrow. We'll go and do some field testing. Tomorrow being Saturday here in Sydney. If not, we'll do it on Sunday. Until then, stay safe, beers and cheers, and remember, keep the bands alive by calling CQCQ, and you just never know who may be listening. Until then, stay safe and cheers for now.
Breaking on through.